Hello, friends, and welcome. Today I have an interesting subject for you, and we will talk about probably the most fake fountain pen out there. Besides the Montblanc fountain pen, we are talking about the Parker Sonnet fountain pens fakes. All of these are fakes besides this one, which is the only Parker Sonnet I have in my collection, which is original. When I bought this, I thought they were genuine because they are really good fakes. And of course, I had no idea how a real Parker Sonnet looked like in real life. So I was quite pleased with my acquisitions. Of course, they are practically flawless. They haven't seen such much use. So I was glad when I bought them. But a short time after I bought them, I said to myself that the Parker Sonnet line was launched in 1996. So when I acquired them in 2015, I said to myself, okay, they are NOS, like the owners didn't use them. So that got me to think about this and search the internet about original Parker Sonnets, and I didn't find much information, and I was quite frustrated. But then I realized that all these fountain pens have the same characteristic, and I will show you that characteristic. It's quite simple. So we start with the first pen, and we can see on the cap band Parker Sonnet France, and very important, look at this series. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 and a Q. So 3 lines and a Q. This is very important. Every Parker pen has on the barrel the date of production, and I will leave you the date of production from this site on the screen. This is the date of production of all the Parker pens made in the 1990s. So look, this is the first pen. It's shiny black. This is the matte version, and interesting, look, the same code. You can see the code. This is the shiny black with silver trimmings. You can see clear the same code. This is the matte black with silver trimmings, so 3Q. And this is the last one. You can see that it's affected. The black lacquer, it's affected. And more important, the same code. You can see the code. So this is 1, 2, 3 line and a Q line. Interesting thing and strange thing, because according to that site, we have a 1990s date of production. And of course, we all know that the Parker Sonnets were launched in 1996, and they replaced the Parker 75 series. I believe that the Chinese manufacturers made a simple mistake, because this code, this 3Q code, was supposed to be one line, a dot and a Q, which stands for 2001. So they've made this little mistake. But in my experience, and all the Parker Sonnets fake that I've seen on internet have the same date of production. This is an important clue if the Parker is real or fake. Let's look at this Parker. This is a real Parker. It's a very rare Parker Sonnet. It was made only for an year. And that year is clearly imprinted at the end of the cap. We can see it says Sonnet, France, and P.123 line. So this is the correct date code for 2007, the only year when this fountain pen was produced. I'm not going to enter the details about the small differences between an original and these fake ones, because I don't have a black lacquer sonnet with gold trims or plated trims, and I don't like to talk if I don't have the real deal in front of me. But as a lesson to all of you, just look at this date code. So it's simple. If it says 3Q and you have a Parker Sonnet, don't believe them, because the Parker Sonnet wasn't produced in the 1990s. It's clear a fake one. I don't know how to say this, but I will show the nibs of all of them, because this is another important fact. So we have, look, we have a fake. It's clearly a fake, because it says Parker on it. And the fake products that mimic the logo, the name of the real producer on their knockoff merchandise, they are clearly fake ones. Because you will see at the end of the video, we also have a copy of the Parker brand, but it's only a copy. It doesn't copy the trademark, it doesn't copy the name of the product. Okay, let's get back to this nib. You can see 18 karat gold nib, plated. This is really hard to tell if it's a gold nib or not. But one of the things you could do, because they made this friction fit, you can just turn and you can pull it off. You can see it in my hand. You can do a simple test with it. And it doesn't focus. Please focus, focus, focus. So you can see clearly that you can remove this from the feed. And you can do a simple test using a magnet. If the magnet attracts the nib, this means it's a steel nib. If the magnet isn't attracted by the nib, doesn't attract the nib, it means that this is a real gold nib. Of course, this is one of the nibs. But I want to show you the nib of the gold plated trim one. And this is where it's clearly an evidence that we don't have a gold nib. Look at the plating. So the plating has faded away. This is a giveaway that this indeed, it isn't an 18 karat 550 gold nib, but it is a steel nib. And the same with the shiny one. You can see that the gold, I don't know if it was gold plated, but certainly the plating has faded away. All of them have this very, very well made fake ink converter. You can see branded the Parker name on it. So very well made. It is an honest mistake if you've acquired one of these fountain pens and you didn't know that it was a fake product, because again they were attentive, they paid attention to details. The Parker Sonnet cost around $200 US, so it was quite a productive business, and they still make those fake ones, and this means that they found a niche, a market for them. Returning to the product in China, that it isn't a fake product, and I've made a review of this. This is the Bauer 388. It's in a way similar to the Parker Sonnet and to the Parker Sonnet fake. By the way, the fake one has the same dimension as the original one. You can see that the Bauer is a little bit longer. But I wanted to mention that this Bauer isn't a fake product. Of course, it borrows much design elements from the original Parker, but it uses international cartridges, not Parker cartridges, and ink converters. And you can see that nowhere on the Bauer fountain pen, nowhere we can see the branding of the Parker or other Parker imprints on it. And it even has this ink converter, and it says Bauer on it. So this isn't a fake product, and it's a quite nice fountain pen. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And we were speaking about ink cartridges. Well, one thing that the people who fake this didn't came up was the fact that this doesn't use the Parker cartridges. So this is another giveaway. If you have one of this and it doesn't suit the Parker ink cartridges, which are proprietary ink cartridges or ink converters, but instead you can use international cartridges or international ink converters, that means you have a fake. So let's repeat. First of all, pay attention to the date code, the first one. The second one, look closely at the nib, and if you don't see, let's say the gold plating is perfect, immaculate, then try to open it. try to unscrew it, and then test it with a magnet. It's one of the ways you can tell if you have a fake product or an original product. I hope my small video helps you not to make the mistake I've made by acquiring those fountain pens. Don't get me wrong, they are not bad fountain pens for what they really cost. If you pay for them €3 or €5, that's okay. But don't make the mistake of buying a fountain pen for €50 or €100, thinking that you've made a great deal at a discount of 50%, and you've made the mistake of buying yourself a fake product. So don't do this mistake. These are cheap fountain pens. Too bad they didn't launch like the Bauer, a version of their own. They have, I believe that they would have lot of success, but this is the world where we are living. As always, I wish you a good day. I hope you've liked my small presentation of the fake Parker Sonnets out there. And please subscribe to my channel and recommend my channel to your friends who are passionate about fountain pens. Have a nice day and thank you.